Let's take you over to Arden Swelling and Blake Murphy.
All right, well, Blake, when the Blue Jays pitch to Shohei Ohtani, he hurts them. 4 extra base hits yesterday. When they don't pitch to him and they intentionally walk him, they hurt him because Mookie Betts is hitting 400 behind Shohei Ohtani intentional walks over the last couple of years. And here today, Shohei Ohtani can hurt the Blue Jays when he isn't even in the batter's box because he's pitching. So is there any benefit at all to the Blue Jays in how Shohei performs offensively on days when he's starting?
There's a small one, but we're reaching here a little bit because there are no weak spots with Shohei Ohtani. Now, since he returned from Tommy John surgery this year, he did hit for about 60 points worse for batting average on days that he was the starting pitcher. He also didn't steal a single base, which we'll come back to. Historically, over Shohei Ohtani's career, he homers a little bit less. The batting average is actually fine, but there's a little less slug. Now, did he figure something out in that return from TJ that allowed him to be an even better hitter? Probably. It seems like it. Everything's on the table for him. But historically, he has only stolen 5 bases on days that he's the starting pitcher, which is about a third of the rate that he does when he's just a DH or an outfielder. So you at least have the benefit of maybe you don't have to be as aware of him on first base if you put him there.
So we sat here yesterday and we talked about how important it was for the Blue Jays to get into the Dodgers bullpen. Well, they got 13 1/3 innings against the Dodgers bullpen and they scored only 1 run. Did they at least wear down that group and make it a bit more vulnerable here for Game 4?
Yeah, they wore down the important arms in that bullpen, and they did do a good job getting Glasnow out of there early. If you are Dave Roberts today, what you're looking at for your 3 most rested arms are 3 lefties, 2 of whom you don't really trust a ton, in Clayton Kershaw, who had a huge spot last night, but they've tried to avoid using him, and in Jack Dreyer, who I think is pretty good, but they haven't used him in a lot of those spots. Anthony Bonda in there as well. So if you're the Blue Jays, you're looking at guys like David Schneider and Ty France potentially off the bench with 3 lefties who are pretty platoon split oriented coming out of the pen for the Dodgers maybe early. That's what you're circling there if you're John Schneider. Those 2 righty bench bats could have a big role.
Well, Dave Roberts said today that if last night's game went to 19 innings, it was going to be either Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who threw a complete game 2 days prior, or Miguel Rojas, who's literally an infielder. So, Jamie, I don't know if the Blue Jays have another 18 innings in them, but if they do, they might get to some pretty good hitting after that.